Sup, it's me Gage, and welcome back to my series known as Blood Battle. Now I know I haven't posted one of these or uploaded one of these in a while. That's due to the fact that this fight, which is Chucky versus Leprechaun, I've had a really hard time doing the animation, but luckily I found a new app to help me animate. So this fight will have a new animation. Now, I want you all to comment in the comments below if you like the new animation, whether or not you prefer it this way or the old way. If you could do that, that'd be great. I'm going to use this for the next 10 blood battles coming up. There's a video of that. So if you want to know who's next, you have to check out that video. Okay, it's much better than just showing who's next now. You can just check out that video and know who's up next for the next 10 fights. So anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let's get on to the fighters. The fighters are, like I said, Chucky, also known as Charles Lee Ray from the Child's Play franchise, and he will be fighting the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun series. Now remember this factor, the Leprechaun that we are using is not one of the Leprechauns from the movies, but it is a member of the species of Leprechaun. But don't worry, they all do the exact same stuff, they all have the exact same powers and weaknesses. So don't complain, it's just like using one from the movies. I just didn't know which one to choose. But my channel, my rules, and this is how I'm doing this fight. Anyway, let's get on with Chucky. Charles Lee Ray was a serial killer who was gunned down in a toy store. There he put his soul in a good guy doll so that he could survive. Then he was bought by a mother who wanted to get her son the doll he wanted, which again was a good guy doll. Then he tried to swap bodies with Andy, but he never did, so he stayed in the doll body. And currently in movies, he is still in the doll body. Anyway, let's get into his powers. Chucky's powers are black magic and super doll durability. He is able to take being beheaded and all sorts of other insane damage and survive. Now it's time for Chucky's feats. He has survived being beheaded 2 times. In the first movie, he had his head torn off, I think, and he still controlled his body. And in Curse of Chucky, his head was cut off, but he made his body pop his head back on like nothing ever happened. So, while he's beheaded, he can still control his body. He survived being burned alive, and he has tracked down Andy multiple times, even to military school, as well as being mailed to him. And he has survived numerous gunshots and stab wounds. Now let's go over the weapons Chucky has. First off, the weapons he carries on him at all times. The one weapon that Chucky will always have on his body is a knife, or any type of knife. And weapons that he sometimes carries, which makes sense, is a hatchet and handguns. He normally carries these on other occasions, so if these make an appearance in the fight, don't be surprised. And Chucky's skills are he is a master of faking it. He easily fakes being a doll to normal people so they just think he is a normal doll, and he is also a master of stealth. Now on to Chucky's weaknesses. He has less than average to about average strength. He knows very little black magic, though he does know some of it. He knows the body swap spell, and he knows voodoo. He might know some other things that I'm forgetting, but other than that, he does not know a lot of it. And he's not that great at hand-to-hand combat due to the fact that his own son was able to beat him and dismember him just from watching a normal kung fu movie. And if he is shot in the heart, he most likely will die from that. Since in the first movie, a gunshot to the heart is what killed him, and in other movies, a shot in the heart is also what killed him, mainly in the movie Bride of Chucky. Anyway, that was Charles Lee Ray. Let's get on to the Leprechaun. The origin of the Leprechaun we're using is he is a member of the magical Irish creatures known as leprechauns, who sold their souls for 100 pieces of gold. Now, most leprechauns have way more than 100 pieces of gold just from collecting it. A leprechaun's powers are magic, near immortality, and the luck of the Irish. I'm not kidding on that one. Now some feats that all leprechauns are capable of. All leprechauns are capable of teleportation, they all can cast illusions, they all seem to have some ability of time alteration. A slight bit of reality warping is a definite thing they can do. They can survive being blown up, stabbed, shot, etc. All of this with little to no effort, and even laugh it off, and even make jokes about it. And they can do a lot more stuff as well. Now, weapons that all leprechauns carry on them at all times is really just their claws and teeth. Their claws are able to slice through human flesh pretty easily. And the weapons that they sometimes carry are hammers with knives in them, magic flutes that can put people in trances, lightsabers. Yes, lightsabers. I'm not kidding on that one. Look at the picture. That's from a movie. And really anything they want to carry, they can carry, thanks to the reality warping. And that's their equipment. Now on to the leprechaun's weaknesses. One of the leprechaun's biggest weaknesses is their pots of gold. Now this only counts for their original 100 pieces of gold. If you take any other gold that wasn't a part of their original pot of gold, there's no downfall to the leprechaun at all. But if you take a piece of the leprechaun's original gold, his magic or himself cannot harm you in any way, shape, or form, but you can harm him. Although leprechauns in later movies have so much gold that it is very hard to tell which gold is their 100 pieces, and some gold can even kill them. Such as, I think, specific necklaces that if they get on them, they turn to stone. Another great weakness for leprechauns are 4-leaf clovers. 4-leaf clovers suck all the magic out of leprechauns, turning them mortal, allowing for any injury to kill them with ease. And, well, the fighters are set up. Let's get on to the new animation. Tell me what you think of it below. Okay, now let's go over why Leprechaun beats Chucky. The number one reason why Leprechaun beats Chucky is Chucky didn't have many ways to actually kill the Leprechaun. The only way he could is if he had a 4-leaf clover or a piece of the Leprechaun's original 100 pieces of gold. In a random fight, I don't think the Leprechaun would be carrying his gold with him, and I seriously doubt Chucky would be looking for a 4-leaf clover in the middle of a fight with a leprechaun without prep time. And without those, he couldn't kill the leprechaun, and the leprechaun is leagues above Chucky in terms of magic. The only thing I was debating was whether or not Chucky could use black magic to kill the leprechaun, but even then I highly doubt it. Because a witch doctor guy in the first movie, Chucky used a voodoo doll to stab him, and sure, he died, but he didn't die fast. And besides, I don't think Chucky could use black magic on the leprechaun if they were to go all out, because most of that black magic, I believe, takes time to set up. I think the voodoo doll needs to put a spell on it or something, and I don't think Chucky would know how to do that with a leprechaun. And another major thing is that the leprechaun, I might have said this already, but the leprechaun is so much better at magic that it was ridiculous. And another reason why the leprechaun wins is he had so many more ways to kill Chucky. Most of them would have killed Chucky right off the bat, and Chucky wouldn't have had a chance to even fight back. So, yeah, it's a clear winner that the winner is, in fact, the leprechaun. And if you want to know who's the next time, I have a video up of my next 10 blood battles. But I've already finished the animation for the next one, so finishing that one should be pretty soon. Anyway, if you like this, make sure to comment what you thought of the animation. Did you like it better than my original animation style? Or do you like my original animation style better? Make sure to comment. And let me know what you think. And if you like it, make sure you like and subscribe for more. Anyway, see ya.